Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Diane G. I'm an Akashic Records reader and an emotional energy healer, and you're watching Soul Cloud. So, if it's your first time here, hello and welcome. Soul Cloud is a show where we talk about spiritual concepts, ideas, and topics, and then afterwards, we do Akashic Records readings or energy clearings. So, we have an interesting topic today. At least it's very interesting to me. So, last week, we talked about incarnating as different star beings. So if we've had lifetimes in different star systems. So if you didn't watch that, please make sure that you check the channel out and look for that episode. It's called Lifetimes in, I think it's in other star systems. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hi, Akila. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Cassie. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sue. Hi, Nancy Ray. Oh, you're very early, Venus. Hi. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Pamela. So, this is a topic that no one really asks when we are on chat, although Venus, who was here very early, said, that's funny. This was going to be my question if I was chosen at last lives. Interesting. Maybe I read your mind, Venus. Ooh, I might be a psychic. A psychic. Just kidding. So we will be choosing for people to read for later. I say we invite we. I mean me and the spirit guides. And the keyword for today is hashtag beyond. So if you'd like to enter the draw for an Akashic Records reading or energy healing, you can type in hashtag beyond to join the draw. Hi, Karen. Hi, Irene. Thank you for being here. Oops, I forgot to show the comments. There we go. Ta-da! And Old Wind Walker. Hello. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Gary for Grace. Old Wind Walker says, I thought we couldn't have past lives as animals. Ooh, I think I mentioned this before that most of the time we usually don't. And I asked my guides, like, do people incarnate as animals? And they're like, they didn't answer me directly. And that is because sometimes we do. There is this Hindu, I think it's a Hinduism belief and a Buddhism belief that people can incarnate as animals. And like there is some sort of truth to that. Although when I asked my guide, they said about 99% of the time, or more than 99% of the time, we don't incarnate as animals. So if you will ask randomly an Akashic Records reader like me when this lives, chances are you're not going to get a lifetime where you were an animal because it doesn't happen often. But if you recall our previous discussions, I think I mentioned it a few times that when we incarnate, we choose lifetimes where we will have like the most soul growth. And that doesn't just mean human lifetimes. We can choose to incarnate in different star systems as ETs so that we can learn and grow as a soul. And where we will grow the most is where we incarnate. And sometimes, although this happens very rarely, like what I mentioned before, 99% of the time it doesn't. But in that less than 1% of the time, sometimes we do incarnate as animals. And that is for specific life lessons. Like, for example, and this is just a hypothetical example. In one lifetime, a person may have had a lifetime where they killed animals before or like hunted animals before. So, in their next lifetimes, maybe their soul lesson is to understand how the animal felt. That's why they can choose to incarnate as an animal in their next lifetime, so that they can have the experience from opposite sides of the spectrum. First as a hunter and then next as the prey. So those are the rare instances where we can incarnate as animals. Oh, Sonia is saying, looking to find out my spirit animal. Oh, we won't be doing that today. Although we are discussing if we can have lifetimes as animals, and then we are there is the opposite side of that. Can animals also incarnate as humans? This is very interesting because in previous episodes of Soul Cloud, or I think it was in a guesting that I did with Linda de Gonzalez on Sarah Hibiscus Healing's channel and Donna Marie's channel. We read on someone who actually had a pet who had a lifetime as a human. So it can happen, although usually it doesn't, because spirits or spirit of animals have this different pool. When we connect with them, with our pets and with animals, they're just so full of love. And it feels like they are angelic because they are full of love. So they come from a different pool of souls. So usually it doesn't happen. But again, animals can also incarnate where they will learn and grow the most as a being or as a soul. Okay, Nancy Ray is asking, how about the lions from Lyra and the blue avians? So the lions from Lyra, they're not exactly cats. They are kind of humanoid. So they are from a different genetic pool. So I wouldn't call them necessarily as animals. But let's ask, can Lyrans incarnate as, like, say, let's say cats on Earth? So I'm getting a no on this. So I think most of the time they don't. And blue avians are like bird-like beings, but their soul is more of the humanoid form. So usually they incarnate into the Lyran form or the humanoid form. Hi, Sunny. Thank you so much. Yes, please tap the like button if you haven't done it yet. And if you are just dropping by, please make sure that you are subscribed so you can chat. We will be doing readings later. And if you would like to join the draw for a reading, type in hashtag beyond so you will be included in the pool. Karen Rosenvinge says, I think my dog will incarnate as human next. It's not an impossibility, although, like I've mentioned before, it's not very likely. Usually, animals choose the animal form because they're most comfortable with it. They just go into the human form when their soul growth, like, depends on it, not depends, but when they will grow the most as a soul, and they have specific lessons to learn. I mentioned something about being hunted or hunted and being the prey before. The reading that we did publicly, where I saw that a pet or a cat was actually transformed or they incarnated as a human before. They had a past lifetime as a tiger where they were hunted by a human. And as a tiger, they didn't understand why. Why did the human cause me that much suffering? And so in their next incarnation, they chose to be a human because they wanted to understand, like, what does being a human mean? What does this emotion mean? Why was I hunted in my previous life before? And that is part of their soul growth. So it's kind of similar when it comes to humans as well. We may choose to incarnate as animals to learn a specific life lesson. It may be maybe communication, because as animals, we can't talk the way humans do. And so to learn more about communicating with people, they can choose to have a lifetime where they can talk. And they may choose an animal form to do that. Although, again, it doesn't happen frequently. So I hope that answers questions and those lingering questions in your mind about incarnating as animals. Hello, Nirvana Rising. Hello, White Dragon Paul. Hi, Ace. Hello. Hello, Calio. Hi, Ralph. Hi, Aaron. Thank you all for being here. Okay, I found a question. I'm just strolling. Karen is asking, can our soul be split into an animal and into a human at the same time? I wouldn't say split, Karen, but we can have like two incarnations going on at the same time. So it's not necessarily splitting. It's sort of like bilocating, where we're two forms at the same time. Yeah, but it's not always animal and human. Usually it's human human. We can have overlapping lifetimes because in the spirit world, in the other side, there is no time. So our incarnations can go on at the same time, or they can overlap from time to time. Yes, time is linear. Time exists here in the 3D, but on the other side, there is no time. Yes. Oh, that's a good point, Aaron. I don't consider animals as lower life forms. They're different but equal, in some way superior. Yes. Because if you connect and if you even spend some time with animals, you pet them and you touch them, and you interact with them, they're just so full of love. So they're not lower life forms. Yes. Shaikov is asking, can a dog be your soulmate? So I'm just going to define soulmate as a soul who has been with you for several lifetimes or has incarnated with you for several lifetimes. So, in that sense, yes, pets, dogs can be your soulmate, although sometimes they can also take on different forms. Like I've seen a wolf incarnate into a dog or a cat in their next incarnations, and the person was connected with them in those different incarnations. So, yeah. Are cats, dogs, and horses elephants from the angelic realm? I wouldn't say they're angelic. Angels have a different frequency, but they are so loving that they are similar to the angelics because they are very full of love. They come from a different pool of souls, is what I understand. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your amazing, amazing questions regarding the topic. Oh, Ralph is asking what is the focus of the questions tonight. If you would like to ask about the topic that we have, like incarnating as animals, then you're free to do so. But later on, we'll open the Akashic Records and do readings for lucky chatters. So I'll be accepting any Akashic Records question or clearing requests later. And if you'd like to take part in that and be in for the draw, the hashtag for today or the keyword to join the draw is hashtag beyond. Okay. Hello to the people who are just coming in. Hi, Leah. Hi, Tamer. So I'm going to open the Akashic Records first before we draw for people. Hold on. Let us take 3 deep breaths, everyone. Only the highest frequency of love and light can remain in the sacred space, in all objects in the sacred space, for the highest good of this group, consisting of myself, those who are watching right now, those who will join us later, and those who will watch the replay. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. Now I call in the highest level of the divine that knows that love is the power and the truth, from which we read our highest level guides and angels to help us with this reading. Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, please hold this sacred space. And so it is. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good, the highest good of all, and the most benevolent outcome. Akashic Records Master, Spirit Guides, and Angels, please let us know this group in the light of the Akashic Records and enable us to share the wisdom and compassion that the Masters, teachers, and loved ones have for us. The records are now open. So Tofi is asking, do our past unpets reincarnate as other animals? For example, lizard to a dragon. From my understanding, like dragons also have a different pool. Dragons are kind of reptilians. Usually, people who incarnate as dragons, and I say people because they can also incarnate as humans. They come from a different genetic line or a star lineage of reptilians. Sometimes they come from other galaxies or sometimes from our own, but they have a different star lineage coming from, reptilians. It's different from the animals that we have on Earth. Like the previous question that I think Nancy Ray asked about lyrans and blue avians. They are similar to Earth cats and Earth birds, but they are of a different genetic pool and they are come from a different soul pool as well. So usually they incarnate in the humanoid form in our time nowadays. So I hope that helps. It makes sense in my mind, but I don't know. I hope that makes sense. So let me know. And yes, please hit the like and subscribe. It's free. So it's time for us to draw for people to read for. When your name is called, please type in your question. This is becoming one of my favorite musics to play. Karen Rosenvinch, 443. Congratulations, and please type in your question. Next up. Ace, congratulations, and please type in your question. I'll draw for 4 people. Erin O'Nugent, 6230. Congratulations, and please type in your question. Hi, Akila. Thank you. Yes, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Last for this round. Iron Firehorse Irene, congratulations, and please type in your question. Ta-da! So while we're waiting for people to type in their question again, it's Karen Rosenvinch, Ace, Erin O'Nugent, and Irene, or Iron Firehorse. Oh, where's my phone? There we go. Okay, I got your request, Karen, and your question, Ace. Cheryl was asking a while ago, are Lyrans and Yael different? Yes, they are different. Lyrans are a very old race of star beings. They're called Lyrans, but they didn't exactly originate in Lyra. They were, how would I say this? They didn't have bodies before. Like, they come from a really high dimension that they didn't have physical forms. Eventually, when we needed to take forms, we came to lower dimensions so we can have physicality. When that happened, they settled in Lyra. So those are the Lyrans, but they are high vibrational beings of light and very, very old beings. The Yahyals are quite different. They are a future race that's evolved from, I think, a mixture of grays and human beings or human forms. But I can be mistaken about the grays. But Yahyals are like the future race or subset of humans. So I hope that helps. Okay. Iron Fire Horse is still thinking. Okay, Irie. Leah is asking, is it Monday morning, Diane? Yes. It's 6 in the morning or 6:20 in the morning for me. Okay. Okay, I have your question. Um, okay, I got two questions from your or one clearing request and one question. So which one would you like, Karen? Is it the clearing or would you like me to answer your question? Oh. Hi, Mary. Hi, Tina Bobina. Okay. While we're waiting for people to type in their question, okay, I got you, Karen. So, Karen's question is, what is my task in making a good experience for my son and my dog? Okay, with regards to this, I'm going to rephrase the question to what soul mission do I have or soul purpose that is related to your son and to your dog? Like, what soul contracts do you have with them? They're telling me, draw a card, draw cards, draw cards. Okay, so I'll be drawing a card for you. Okay, what soul purpose and mission does Karen have with her son and dog, please? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that you're snowed in, Mary. There are several in the community who are snowed in and who got snowed in. So love and prayers to all of you. Keep safe. I hope you have supplies in your house right now. So the card that I drew, Karen, is peace. And while drawing it, the Akashic Records Masters were telling me that your soul mission for them is to hold space for them and to provide them with a safe space to grow in and be their authentic selves. Part of the reason why your son chose you as her mom or as his mom is because he can grow as a soul and be his own authentic self with you. He trusts that he will give you or you will give him the right environment for him to be able to do that, to be his own authentic self. The dog's someone who's incarnated with Karen before. Your dog also incarnated with you before? Because the when I asked the Akashic Records Masters, why did the dog incarnate with you? And the dog was saying, because I love her so much. And I'm like, can you give me a background why you're saying that? It's because we spent time with each other before. And your dog is calling you mom as well. Mom was mom before too. And mom fed me, and mom took care of me. And I had no worries when I'm with her. So I wanted to spend time with her and be there for her when she cries. I don't like it when mom cries. I'm seeing a white dog with brown spots. I don't know if that's their current form right now, but that's what they're showing me. So it's either their past life before or their form right now. I don't know. But that is very sweet. So I hope that helps, Karen. And thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. Okay, I got your question, Iron Fire Horse. And Erin, I got your question as well. So next question is from Ace Ace. Hi Diane, thank you. I'd like to ask what my closest animal connections are, spirit energy or past lifetimes, anything. What kind I resonate the most in their messages? Thank you. Okay. Is that their spirit animal that you're showing me? What's actually what they're showing me right now is a snake. So they're telling me that this is your spirit animal. And snake usually represents knowledge and wisdom. I'm going to ask like why? What is your connection with the snake? And why they're your spirit animal right now? Because spirit animals can also change for periods of lifetimes. Or I mean for different periods in our life. So right now they're telling me that you are in the search for knowledge and truth. And the snake is helping you with that. Snakes are patient and they are lending you patience. Or the snake is lending you patience in your quest for the truth. The snake is helping you learn about discernment so that you resonate with the truth or that you find resonance in truth. Whenever you need to seek clarity, is what they're saying, call on your spirit animal, the snake. So I hope that makes sense, Ace Ace. And thank you for letting me read for you. So next is Erin O'Nugent, who is asking, what lessons, abilities came with me from my animal life? Do I have any animal guides? I probably be more comfortable as an animal again. Um, I'm going to ask first, did Erin have a past lifetime as an animal? I'm getting a yes on this, Erin. Did Erin have more than one past lifetimes as an animal? So I'm getting just one. What lessons and abilities came from that? Okay. I'm getting it's more like a soul lesson that you had in that lifetime. So I'm going to use cards for this because it's sometimes it's faster. Okay, what soul lesson did Erin learn from her animal lifetime? This is a soul lesson Aaron learned from his lifetime. And point me to what it is. Would you happen to know, Aaron, what kind of animal you were? Or do you recall? Because I'm getting it's something big. And the soul lesson that you got from that lifetime is self esteem. And it says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So you were a strong animal, a big animal. The image that I'm seeing right now is a bear, but it can be a different animal that's big and huge and strong. And why you wanted to incarnate in that form is because you wanted to learn about self esteem and being a valued part of a group. In that lifetime, you were like a leader of a group or a pack, and they looked up to you because you were strong. You wanted to learn how to use strength in ways that aren't destructive and in ways that will help your family and your community. Is that the gift that Eric brought from that lifetime? Okay. The lesson is in being a leader, or a lesson on leadership. Because the Akashic Records masters are saying, in this lifetime, you kind of have expectations with leaders because of your past lifetime as that animal. You expect leaders to have integrity and to use their own gifts for the benefit of the people. That's what you learned in your lifetime as that animal. And that's what you carry on today. Oh, Aaron O'Nugent is saying, Mark the Spirit Whisperer said, I might have been some kind of big cat humanoid. I think I love the way a bear feels. I want to pet one. Wouldn't want to pet one. I'm quite scared of bears. But yeah, it makes sense that you were a big cat humanoid. I didn't see exactly the form, but it was somewhat big and felt like a bear. So I hope that helps, Aaron. And thank you so much for trusting me to do this reading for you. So you're part of the people who had an animal lifetime, and there's very few of that. Hello, Marfel, and hello, Bernadette. Thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to enter the next draw for a reading, please type in hashtag beyond. I will draw for a few people more later after this reading. So the next is Iron Fire Horse is asking, oh, I love that question. I would love to know what my soul contract mission with my do. What is that do? With White Tara. So White Tara is an ascended master. Okay. I'm getting this is connected with your solar plexus because I'm getting burping. Usually, when that happens to me during a reading, I am picking up on imbalances in your solar plexus. So, what is White Tara helping Iron Fire Horse with? Courage. That was fast. Thank you. Thank you, White Tara. So, White Tara is helping you with courage. She feels very feminine, but there is like the quiet resolve in her. Courage. Okay, I'm just going to. Courage does not come with strength. Courage is how you feel when you Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that again? Courage is what comes when you don't think you have the strength to face your challenges, but you do so anyway. That is why it's connected with your solar plexus. When you feel like you can't do something, you don't try. But the key word there is think. What if you don't think you can do something, but it's only in your thoughts? The way you think will make a difference when you make the effort to do something. And that's what White Tarot is helping you with, in clearing those limiting beliefs that you have with yourself and with your capabilities, so you can move forward with courage, even when you think you don't have the strength. So I hope that helps, Irene. And thank you for letting me do this reading for you. Okay, thank you so much for dropping by and participating, Karen. Okay, this is the last for the round, so I'm going to be drawing for another set of people to read for. So if you have an Akashic Records question or a clearing request, please type in hashtag beyond. That is the keyword for today, so you can join in the reading. Sorry, I'm still a bit floaty from the White Tower reading. Okay. Again, it's hashtag beyond to enter the draw. Cindy Shea, congratulations, and please type in your question or clearing request. Sonia Claiborne, please type in your question. Barb Pet or Barb P, congratulations, and please type in your question. And last for this round, Pamela Anderson, congratulations, and please type in your question. So again, that's Cindy Shea, Sonia Claiborne, Barb Pet, and Pam And. So I have... I have Cindy's question and Sonia's question. So we're still waiting for Barb P and Pamela Anderson's questions. Hi, Amanda. Okay, I got your question, Pam. So we're still waiting for Pam, for Pamela Anderson's question. Okay. First is Cindy's question. Hi, Diane. I would like to know if there's something from a previous lifetime that's affecting my health in this current lifetime. And if so, I'd like to clear it. Oh, that's a great question, Cindy. Hold on. Okay. Sit here on the throat. Okay. I had to drink water, Cindy, because I felt like something was lodged in my throat when I read the question. So this is currently affecting your throat chakra. I'm going to see what emotion is trapped in your throat chakra. Is it discouragement? Okay. So the trapped emotion in your throat chakra that I was feeling was discouragement. So what past lifetime caused that? Masters, can you please show me? I'm seeing a past lifetime that you had in the Middle East, and I'm seeing some sort of animal. I think it's a camel and a man who's riding it. You were a male in this lifetime, and you were covered, like your face is mostly covered because it was very dusty. You were out in the desert. You were with a group of people, and you were out on a mission. Okay, can you give more information about this mission, Masters? What was the mission? The mission was to bring information to like one of the leaders in the next country. Is that why it's in the throat? Okay. So the cause of your demise is related to your throat. When you were going and you were about to deliver the information, you failed that mission because you were intercepted. Like I'm seeing there were just three of you because it needed to be fast. The information needed to be delivered fast. So you only took a few people with you. And I'm seeing that it's like an army waiting for you midway. And there were only three of you. And you felt very discouraged. So you turned back. You wanted to escape. But they were too many and they were too fast for you. So they captured your team. How it's affecting you right now is whenever you feel discouraged, you might feel like you can't speak. And it's related to your death in that particular lifetime. And they're saying that the message, the information is very metaphoric. Because whenever you want to tell the truth, to give your information or say your truth, you feel like someone or something might not like you and you will get punished for it because in that lifetime, you had to deliver the information. It was the truth. And it was the cause of your demise in that lifetime. That's why it's affecting your throat chakra. So if it's something that you want to be cleared, type in yes. If not, that's also okay. Type in no. Hi, Biaret. Hello, Aunt B. Okay, I got your question, Pamela Anderson. Excuse me. Do I have the permission for that now? Hello, Venus. So, okay, I'm just checking if I have the permission now from Cindy. Hello, Annie Hamlet. Okay. Cindy says, yes, sometimes I have difficulty in speaking. Yeah, that is the reason. I'm trying to get how many years it was, and I'm seeing 200. So about 200 years ago was the time period. So, okay. I request the clearing. of this trapped emotion of discouragement from Cindy's physical body, her energy body, in all timelines, in all lifetimes, the past, present, and future, for Cindy's highest good, the highest good of all, the most benevolent outcome. Akashic Records Masters, Archangel Michael, we ask that this trapped emotion be cleared. And it's done, Cindy. So I hope that helps. And thank you so much for trusting me to do this reading and clearing for you. Hi, Hypnicity. Okay, next up. Who's next? Hold on. Let me check my list. Cindy and then Sonia. There we go. Sonia is asking, can you ask the masters what I have learned or achieved in previous lifetimes to be here at this lifetime on Earth now? Okay. So I'm asking for a soul lesson that you've learned in previous lifetimes that you're using the most right now. I'm hearing patience and understanding. In previous lifetimes, you've had some difficulties with family. There were many miscommunications because you didn't have enough patience to listen. So in this lifetime, you came in with this lesson learned. But now you're learning what happens when patience is not appreciated, when your understanding is something that is taken for granted. I'm getting the sense, Sonia, that people are pushing you. They're testing your patience. The Akashic Records Masters are like, they're testing her patience. Okay. So the challenge in this lifetime is like, what is the limit of that patience? Or is there a limit to that patience and understanding? When will you keep on giving? And when will you start deciding for yourself? So it is the idea that you're trying to learn or trying to toy with. In previous lifetimes, you didn't have enough patience. But what happens if you have a lot of patience and the people around you start to use that and take advantage of you? So I'm getting a feeling that that is what's happening in this lifetime. So those lessons are kind of tied together. So that is a past lifetime soul lesson that's kind of continuing in this one. Sonia is saying yes. So yeah, that is your um sorry, I'm still kind of floaty. So that is your soul lesson that you're still learning in this lifetime, Sonia. Is setting boundaries. In other words, setting boundaries. So I hope that helps and I hope that gives you clarity. And thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. Hi, Annie Bear. Everyone, I will be on Annie Bear's channel on Wednesday. I'm very excited about it. Annie Bear has posted the stream link on her channel, so please check that out. I will also be posting it later on. But yeah, I'm very excited to be with Annie Bear. So next question is from Barb. Barb P. What is my spirit animal? I've never known. Thank you. Okay. So we have many spirit animals. Uh, but I'm just going to ask for one that they show me one. Is that a white dove? I'm being shown a white dove for you, Barb. And what it's helping you out with, or what they're helping you out with, is with perspective. Because birds see from a high perspective, they see the general picture that you might not be able to see. You may have the tendency to hyper focus on things. So the dove is there to help you take 3 steps back and look at the bigger picture. Whenever you feel like you're missing something or you're not seeing something, call on the dove to help you see the bigger picture. So I hope that helps, Barb. And thank you for letting me do this reading for you. So next up, we have Pamela Anderson, who is asking, has my cat been a human before? Oh, interesting. So I'm going to ask the Akashic Records Masters, has Pamela Anderson's cat... Okay. I just asked, like, is there more than one cat? And they're like, no. Okay. So has Pamela's cat been a human before? I'm getting a no on this. Has the cat been with Pamela Anderson in previous lifetimes? So I'm getting a yes on this. Even though your cat has not been human before, they have been with you in previous lifetimes. So I'm going to check for one. What previous lifetime did they share together? Was this in Thailand or Cambodia? So I'm seeing a past lifetime that you shared with your cat in Cambodia. But your cat wasn't a cat. They're a monkey. And I'm seeing the cat monkey eating what looks like a berry that she stole from you. So she's kind of naughty. Your cat might have that personality of being naughty and kind of like testing your patience from time to time. And oh, she's being playful. In that previous lifetime, she appreciated, like, when she was still alive as a monkey, she didn't understand, like, taking that fruit from you was naughty. I mean, how she was thinking in that lifetime is like, I'm hungry, I'm going to take what I see. But she didn't understand that that was taking something away from you. And so when that monkey passed, she appreciated that you didn't go after her, or that you didn't get angry with her, even though you took that fruit, even though she took that fruit away from you. That's why she wanted to incarnate with you in this lifetime. Part of it is to show appreciation, but another part of it is because she appreciated that you didn't punish her for it. So she might, I don't know if this is true for your cat right now, but some of them are treat us like slaves in the sense of like human. Go and get me that food. It's kind of like this is the relationship that I'm picking up on. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh, Pamela Anderson says she's very naughty and she likes to tease me. She's been like that as a monkey before. But she's very playful and very naughty. Yeah. She sees you as a very patient human. That's why she incarnated with you in this lifetime. So I hope that helps, Pamela. She says she likes to make me laugh. I am laughing just by looking at her antics in their previous lifetime as a monkey. But I really hope that helps. And thank you so much for trusting me to do this reading for you. Yes, and thank you so much, Sunny, for entertainment and spiritual purposes only. Okay. If you would like to, I do offer private readings, by the way. My details are in the description. If you'd like to book a reading with me, just email me. Okay. So that's the last for this round. I'm going to draw for like three more. I'll draw for three more people to read for. So if you haven't done it yet and you'd like to enter the draw for a reading, please type in hashtag beyond. Ta-da. There we go. Bernadette this year, congratulations, and please type in your question. Ooh, next is Leah Omega 8. Congratulations, Leah, and please type in your question. River Merlin, congratulations, and please type in your question. Leah, you're very lucky in this channel and the giveaway tools in this channel. So again, that's River Merlin, Bernadette Desir, and Leah. Okay, I got your question, Bernadette. And if you didn't get a chance in this episode, this is something that we do weekly. I will be back again next week for Soul Cloud. So if you didn't get a chance today, you can try again next week. Or on Wednesday, I will be with Linda de Gonzalez, and we will be doing Akashic Records readings as well, although it's a different format and we have set questions. Those are still Akashic Records readings. It will be 5 p.m. Eastern. Just making sure that I wouldn't blurt out the wrong time or the Philippine time. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern, and it's Into the Ether. Hi, Pierret. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. Hi, Pierret. Okay, I got your question, River Merlin. So we're just waiting for Leah. Oh, I got your question, Leah. Okay. So first question from this round is from Bernadette, who is asking, what happened to me and the snake people? I hate snakes in this lifetime. So those are the Nagas or the snake people. Was it something that happened with the snakes? The Nagas themselves that makes her afraid of snakes or hate snakes? Or is it a draconian thing? Can you show me what star system this originated from? Is it from Hadar? Okay. Bernadette, can you clarify if it's just snakes, or do you hate other like lizards or reptiles as well, or just snakes? My screen darkened for like 1 second. That got me nervous. So anything that curls, I'm getting it's not necessarily the Nagas or the snake people that like it's not where that hatred came from, or that resentment came from. You had a past lifetime in Hadar or in Beta Centauri where you were attacked by reptilian draconians. That's part of the reason why you don't like reptiles. Is there more than one reason? Are there like Earth lifetimes that brought this as well? Okay. There's more than one reason, so that's just part of the reason. What's this in Africa? So you had a past lifetime in Africa as well. I'm seeing you were a man in this lifetime and you're very tall. You were hunting for what looks like a bird, but you didn't see that there's like this big reptile that was waiting for you. That's also looking for a prey. The reptile felt threatened because you were in the territory. You accidentally stepped on its tail and the reptile bit you. Like, I'm not sure what kind of reptile this is, but to me it looks like a really big Komodo dragon. He bit your left ankle, is what they're showing me. They're telling me that is the main cause of why you're scared, or it's not just the creepy crawly things, it's being bitten by one. Because in that past lifetime, you were bitten by one. Yeah, that is what I'm picking up on, Bernadette. So I hope that helps. And thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. Next up is Leah, who is asking, may I please ask the records for a time that would help me move forward now here? Thank you. Okay, what past lifetime did Leah have that would be most beneficial for her to remember in this moment, Masters? Was this in France or Italy? I'm seeing a past lifetime that you had as a nun, Leah. And this was an Italian lifetime that you had. How is it going to help her? That was the lifetime on Earth where you reconnected with spirit and you spent a lot of time in meditation. You wanted a lifetime where you can connect with spirit and like be alone or spend time in solitude. And you unexpectedly felt at peace in that lifetime. Like, I'm being shown that before incarnating, you kind of felt nervous about doing it because it was a lifetime of solitude. And up until that point, you were with community. But that lifetime was special for you because you understood that even though you were alone, or mostly alone, and you weren't talking to the other nuns because you were cloistered in that lifetime, you were alone most of the time. You felt at peace and you felt happy. Like you didn't have any thoughts worrying you. And most of the time, you found happiness in community. So that was a like enlightening experience for you to know that your happiness doesn't depend on other people. It doesn't only depend on community. You can find happiness within yourself. So that is the lifetime and the soul lesson that the Akashic Records Masters want to bring forward today for you, Leah. So I hope that helps. And thank you for letting me do this reading for you. Leah says, yes, I want to be alone now, need the quiet. Yeah. Because in that lifetime, you learn that um, you can also find happiness within yourself, even in solitude. That's a very amazing soul lesson, if you'll ask me. Especially during this time, since a lot of us are being drawn and we spend a lot of time in social media, and we find happiness in the likes and in approval of other people. So I think that's a very valuable soul lesson, Leah. So next up, we have River Merlin, who is asking, do you sense a lifetime you've had in Crete, Egypt, or Crete, Greece, and or Egypt that are affecting me in this lifetime in terms of spiritual gifts? Okay, I'm going to ask that. River Merlin? Did River Merlin have a past lifetime in Crete, in Greece? Okay, Greek. Which one do you want me to do? The Egypt or Greece? Egypt, Greece. Let's do Greece. Okay. Show me, please. Yeah, was this right? So I'm being shown a lifetime that you had in Greece. You were a Greek soldier, is what I'm being shown. So as a soldier, you were taught to obey and follow orders. Doing otherwise would be insubordination and would result to punishment. So in that lifetime, you just obeyed, 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 without thinking twice whether what you are doing impacts other people negatively. But when you passed, you realize the impact of your actions, how it helped and how it harmed other people. I'm seeing you a part of an army where you would conquer different places. And for your side, for the army side, it was victory. But for the other places, it was defeat. This wasn't clear to you when you were living as a Greek soldier, and you only saw both sides of the story, the two sides of the coin, the two sides of the action that you did. So now you are more mindful when you do something because you realize how it would impact other people, even without you knowing. But there are some guilt that you might be feeling from that lifetime as a Greek soldier. The Akashic Records Masters are saying this is why you are very cautious with your actions. That's why it's affecting you this lifetime because of that guilt that you have felt. So I hope that helps and that makes sense, River Merlin. It's interesting the imagery that they were showing. They showed me a coin. One event is a coin, but there are like two outcomes, but they're different sides of the same coin. One is victory and one is defeat. And it only matters, like, you only see one side at a time. So I hope that helps, River Merlin, and thank you so much for trusting me to do this reading for you. Ooh, you're very welcome. Okay, I think we've done everything in the list. I'm going to close the records now before I forget. So, just like how we've begun, let's take 3 deep breaths. I would like to close by thanking the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to close by thanking the Akashic Records masters for their point of view, and I would like to close by thanking the divine source for all the knowledge and healing. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. Your energy stays with you, my energy stays with me. So thank you so much everyone for sticking around and hanging out with me today. I will be back again on Wednesday, which is on the 28th. Um, it's, I think, 3 p.m. Eastern. I will be on with Annie Bear on her channel, Standing in Light with Annie Bear. And then on the same day, I will be back on again at 5 p.m. Eastern. That time will be with Linda de Gonzalez for Into the Ether. So, last episode of Into the Ether, we talked about shifts and thresholds and ending of cycles and beginning new cycles. So, for this next episode, we will be talking about what happens in between the changes in cycles, which is the sacred pause. What happens during the sacred pause? So, I hope you look forward to that, and I hope to see you again soon, everyone, for the next shows that we will have. Thank you, everyone, and thank you so much to the moderators for keeping this a safe space. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.